الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء أما بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone is well and everyone can hear me loud and clearly.
Walaikum assalam. Yes, we can hear you.
Right, sister. Nagat, can you kindly mention what we did last lesson, please?
We revised the signs of a noun and we started signs of a verb and the examples, like
Yep.
things and from Quran as well.
So what were the signs? What were the signs of a noun?
Yeah, they were when it is noun when it is preceded by al,
Yep.
and when it is preceded by harf jar, and it has tanween, and it ends with the ta marbuta, when it has three in numbers, singular, dual, or plural. And when it's fa'il or mubtada, and when it is mudaf and mudaf ilayh, and what else? Sifa mawsuf, and when it's munada.
Give me examples as well. Give me examples.
Okay, so when it's preceded by al, so this alhamd is written here,
Yep.
ar-Rahman. And when it is preceded by harf jar, like fil baiti, and when it has tanween, like
Kitabun, baytun.
yeah, rajulun. And when it's and with ta marbuta, like jannatun.
Ahsanti, good example.
Yeah, ayatun. And it can be dual or plural. For example, qalamani, and plural can be muslimuna. Depend upon sound or mukas. And it can be file or subject. So doer, when it is doer, then it comes after a fail, after a verb.
Okay.
And it's in marfu form. And when the Jumla ismiyya starts with the subject, like
Alhamdu, like alhamdu. Yeah. Okay, brilliant.
And mudaf example is like kitabu ahmadin, something like that.
Or
This was
example,
position.
yeah. Or example being the other example being let me give you an example.
Yawmuddin.
Yeah, Yawmuddin. Yawmuddin. Day of reward. Yep.
Yawmuddin.
Correct. Perfect. Yep. Sifa Mawsuf as well.
Like
that's fine. Now, أعوذ من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Now, these signs of a noun and a verb, the reason why I covered this is that when we move on to the next phase of starting Surah Baqarah, we can refer back to them and try to understand which word is a noun, which word is a verb. And also it allows you to understand within Surah Al-Hamd, if you're not familiar with knowing the words, what is a noun, what is a verb. Now, continuing, now I could start today with the Surah Al-Hamd itself and the breakdown of the sentence construction so that you can understand. Now, we mentioned before as well that all nouns which start with alif lam, so every noun which starts with alif lam and it comes in the beginning of a sentence, it's the last letter of the noun should, because of alif lam, the last letter of the noun will take a dhamma, not a dhamma tanween. So that's the reason why we read alhamdu. So alhamdu. So whenever a noun has a dhamma at the end and the alif lam in the beginning, alhamdu, this is called what? It's called a subject. Definite noun,
Yeah.
and it's called subject. So in Arabic, give me 1 second. Let me just bring something else onto the screen, because I want to start something and then see how we progress forward. Just bring 1 second. Right. I'll send this across to yourself in the groups as well. Now, can everyone see this?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes.
Okay, I'll send this across. Some of you may have seen this before, but those who haven't seen this, let me explain. This is really important to understand the Quran, and there'll be more detailed information than this itself, which I will provide for yourself once we start Surah Baqarah. First of all, I have to just lay the foundations just to have a basic understanding, and then I'll go into more detailed discussion on this itself. Can I request? Let's bring. Right, let's bring Sister Zahra. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi Zahra. Inshallah, hope you're well.
Walaikum salam, Sheikh. Yes, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Bismillah. Let's start. Now, in the Arabic language, as you remember and recollect, and those who are new, there are two types of sentences. We have a verbal sentence and a nominal sentence. So a verbal sentence is when the noun starts a sentence, and a nominal sentence, as you know, the signs alif lam, or having a name of individuals, or being a noun which is plural or dual. These are signs of a noun. So these things can come as the subject of a sentence. So in English language, we call it subject and predicate. In Arabic, we call it mubtada and khabar. And when you have a verb, every verb requires a doer. So you have a verb and a doer. So these are the two basic divisions of every sentence in English and Arabic language. So let's do the basics. But however, in the Arabic language, there are certain indicators which are used to indicate that this is the first part of the sentence and this is the second part of the sentence. Bismillah, sister. Let's start. The definitions of what is Jumlatul ismiyya, Jumlatul fi'liya, and then I'll explain something further. Bismillah.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the Arabic language, there are two types of sentences. Jumlatul ismiyya, a nominal sentence. The general rule is when a sentence starts with a noun, it will take the rules of Jumlatul ismiyya. Jumlatul fi'liya, verbal sentence. When a sentence starts with a verb, then it will take the rules of Jumlatul fi'liya. Now we will look into Jumlatul ismiyya, the nominal sentence, in more detail. Jumlatul ismiyya consists of two parts. Number one is mubtada, number two is khabar. For it to be a complete sentence, the absence of one of them means the sentence is incomplete.
Excellent. So if we have the sub, for example, if I said alhamdu in Surah Al-Hamd and stayed remain quiet, it will be treated as an incomplete sentence. But when I say alhamdu lillahi, all praise for Allah, then it's a complete sentence. Or for example, if I said Muhammadun or Aliyun and stayed remain quiet, there's no information being provided for the listener for him to benefit from this speech. So it's called an incomplete sentence. Or if I said the second part, the predicate, running, walking, sleeping, who? There's no information. There's no person to whom this predicate, this khabar, is being attached to or being associated with. So it will be treated as the incomplete sentence. Now, there are some important key factors for us to know what is a mubtada and how to discern a mubtada and how to discern or recognize a khabar. The reason why I need to do this, so that when I go into Surah Al-Hamd and try to make, because the issue is with the Arabic language, if you don't know the grammar, you will make mistakes in the translation. For example, I had a student, I'll give you an example. I had a new student from Karbala. She's originally from Africa. She's studying in one of the houses there, and she contacted me. I need some help, and okay, I said, okay, I'll help you. Not an issue. And I said to her, can you read this example to me? This, I think, let me actually give you the actual example so you understand the importance of the Arabic grammar. So in an English language, the grammar is not that important for you, for the listener, but for Arabic language, it's essential. Let me just give you the example what she read, so that you understand. Those who have done a bit of Arabic, they will understand the mistake she made. It was a mistake, a grammatical mistake she made in the translation. So what happened? I'll explain to you. I can't find the page. Right, the mistake she made. She said, what I remember was the translate. I think the sentence was at-talibatu, at-talibatu, at-talibatu waqifatun, at-talibatu at-talibatu. Listen to this carefully. At-talibatu al-waqifatu amam al-masjidi. At-talibatu al-waqifatu amam al-masjidi. It was to this meaning the sentence which I asked her. At-talibatu al-waqifatu amam al-masjidi. So she said, she translated it to me saying that at-talibatu means female student, and at-talibatu with alif and flat ta means female student. She said the female students are standing in front of the masjid. At-talibatu al-waqifatu amam al-masjidi.
Should be waqifatun, not al-waqifatu.
Not al.
Okay.
With al, it would be the standing students.
Yeah, standing students, the quality of.
Exactly. So yeah, so there's already like a discussion over at-talibatu al-waqifatu amam al-masjid. She translated it. The female students are standing in front of the masjid. Now, at-talibatu al-waqifatu. Now, you realize straight away when there's alif lam repeated again in the sentence at-talibatu al-waqif. Let me just write in the actual chat box so that.
Sir, the meaning should be the same actually.
No.
No,
Right.
at-talibatu al-waqifatu. She translated the female students are standing in front of the masjid. Let me write the Arabic in the actual.
Yeah, but the standing females in front of the same meaning wise.
No. Let me
With the
write.
al, it becomes noun adjective, and with the
I
tanween,
know.
it would be
Yes.
subject and predicate.
I know,
Yeah.
but when you translate it, so
No, the translation that is the whole issue. That is the problem amongst we and the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Some of the ayat, like the ayah of Imam Ali alayhi salam giving his ring in sujood in ruku, that wow there, we call it the wow which indicates the state whilst he was in ruku. They say
Yeah.
no, this wow is
Wow,
not
yeah.
while of hal, it is wow meaning and humrak, and he is prostrate and he is in the state and he is bowing down. Bowing down and whilst bowing down, they're two different things.
Yeah, I understand. But in this case, I thought the meaning is same, but you're right. Most of the time it's, yeah, translated different.
Yeah, so that, okay, let me just write this down in the group so that you're aware of the importance of the Arabic grammar. No other language, Arabic, the grammar is not important, but in Arabic, it's important. That's the reason why we have to, please give the ayat. Okay, Talibat. It's not the ayat, doctor. Okay, I'll give you the ayah. Other one. Let me write this down. Let me write this down first. So this is the actual الطالبات الواقفات أمام المسجد. Now we've done 5 lessons already, or 6 lessons. Now we spoke about adjectives. Remember we spoke about adjectives? Yeah.
Yes, we spoke. Now
Yes,
this
we
is
did.
just like
Yes.
noun adjective phrase.
Yeah. So let me just put it on the screen as well, and then we can discuss this and make you realize that because learning Arabic, because many students in the houses as well, and even other places where they're studying Arabic language, everyone is able to master the actual concepts, but the most challenging part of the language is to be able to implement it in reading itself and applying it. And that's the reason why the way I'm teaching this Arabic grammar, Quranic Arabic, it's very different and very unique. Even like from what the feedback which I'm getting from the students, they're finding this more enjoyable because it's practical. Now let me just put this on the screen for you and give you the examples. Just 1 second. Apologies for this. Is trying to use 2 platforms at the same time. Sometimes it's challenging. Okay, that's got it. So this is on the screen now, okay? Everyone can see this. الطالبات الواقفات أمام المسجد. So the translation the sister gave me was that the female students are standing in front of the masjid. Now, this is a mistake, genuine mistake, which happens. Now, first, for us to understand now, we've spoken about in the previous lesson, I think 2 lessons ago, about adjectives. Does everyone remember we spoke about adjectives? Yes?
Yes.
We spoke about the adjective always follows the noun, which is describing in the number, gender, harakat, and being definite or indefinite. Okay? Now, when you look at this word at-talibatu, that's female students. Then we have al-waqifatu. So there are 2 things immediately which you look at, you can see immediately. There's alif lam here again. You realize at-talibatu is alif with ta, a flat ta, alif and a flat ta, which is a sign of sound, is a plural, which type of plural? Sound, feminine plural. So all in the Arabic language, there are 2 types of plural: sound masculine plural and sound feminine plural. Sound feminine plural ends with the alif and flat ta, as you can see over here now. And it has also alif lam. So this here is not coming as the khabar, as an adjective, as a predicate, but is coming as a description, describing what are the position and description of this female students. So it should have been the standing female students. The standing female students are in front of the masjid. The standing female students are in front of the masjid. this is the correct translation. But she made a mistake saying that, no, it's the female students are standing. You're making it into a sentence, subject and predicate, which was incorrect. And amam al-masjidi as another sentence. So that's the reason why wrong understanding of the Arabic grammar will lead towards a misunderstanding of the Arabic text. Okay, I'll take questions at the end, or text it in the chat box, and I'll take the questions and I'll read them, inshallah. Okay, so let me go back now to the surah, to the actual page of subject and predicates. Now over here now, so Sister Zahra, bismillah, come on the mic now. So we spoke about the mubtada and Jumlatul Ismi has two parts, mubtada and khabar, and if one of the parts are missing, it's an incomplete sentence. Now, what are the requirements of a noun to be fit or fulfill the requirements of a subject? Bismillah, sister.
Mubtada is always marfu.
Correct.
Always
What
definite.
does this mean? Always marfu.
Always marfu meaning ending in dhamma.
It should always end with a dhamma, not a dhamma tanween.
Yes.
So it can't be, for example, it cannot be kitabun and being mubtada. It cannot be. But names, so it could be alhamdu, alif lam, with dhamma, that's correct. But for example, the word kitabun, is it kitabun a name of an individual or name of a book or name of an object or a thing? It's an object, correct? Yeah.
Object.
Yeah. So this cannot come as a subject. However, the word Muhammadun, Aliyun, Zaydun, are they objects or are they names of individuals?
These are proper nouns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're proper nouns. And in the Arabic language, those words which are proper nouns, which are names of individuals, in the Arabic language, even though they're coming with a dhamma tanween, this is accepted and permitted, and they are proper nouns, and they can come as mubtadas. They can come as the subject or the beginning word of a nominal sentence. Is this clear?
So even by the fact that they are proper nouns, they will be al-Muhammadu or no, not al-Muhammad.
Just Muhammad with a tanween.
Muhammad.
Even though it's come with a tanween, it does not affect it from not remaining as a proper noun. It still remains a proper noun despite having a dhamma. This is an exception.
Okay.
Because normally we differentiate between a proper noun and a common noun by having alif lam and without alif lam. So for example, hamdun and alhamdu. But when it comes, these tanweens come with proper nouns, it has no effect upon their classification of noun. Is this clear for you? Yes?
Okay.
Sir, can I ask one thing? Hamdu,
Yes,
you said the example hamdu. So
Yep.
hamdu is with a dhamma, and alhamdu,
the dhamma, correct.
both will be with dhamma.
No, hamdun is with a dhamma tanween. Alhamd is with one dhamma, correct.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, sir, so much. Now I'm not driving, sir. I'm home now. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, brilliant.
So an example would be like Muhammadu Mujtahidun, right?
Muhammadun. So what do you want to say?
I want to say Muhammad is hardworking.
So you say Muhammadun Mujtahidun. Muhammadun Mujtahidun. You will say Muhammad is hardworking. So here, Muhammad will be treated as the mubtada, as the subject. Khabar will be Mujtahidun is hardworking.
Okay, right. Yes.
So because Muhammad is a proper noun, Mujtahidun is a proper noun. It's an adjective and it's coming indefinite. But if you wanted to say the hardworking Muhammad is in the madrasa or in the masjid, then we will change the harakat of the word. What would be, Sister Zahra?
Muhammadun al-Mujtahidu.
Exactly.
Yes.
Muhammadun al-Mujtahidu fil
Masjidi.
Fil masjidi. Excellent. So the reason why, because Muhammadun is a proper noun, correct? It's a proper noun. So because it's names of individuals. So if you want to bring an adjective for a proper noun, the second noun which will come, it has to have alif lam to be able to be an adjective for a noun which is mentioned before, which is proper, because there are different ways of making a proper noun. One of them was by alif lam. One of them is by having names of individuals. And the third one was, for example,
Possession.
Sorry?
Possession.
Possession, exactly. Kitabuhu, Kitabu Muhammadin, Kitabu Aliyin. Possession is another way of making a noun, a common noun, into a proper noun. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Sir, can you repeat the sentence again? The hardworking Muhammad is in the masjid.
So the
in Arabic.
So we say Muhammadun al-Islam, al-Mujtahidu. I'll write this down on the screen.
Al-Mujtahidu. Okay.
Al-Mujtahidu.
Then we'll say is
Fil
in the
masjid.
masjid.
Fil masjidi.
Fil masjid. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's so easy now. Fil masjidi. Alhamdulillah. Fil
Al-Mujtahidu.
masjidi.
Yeah.
Because now this time Muhammad and al-Mujtahidu became the subject.
Correct. So yeah, that's right. Absolutely correct. Let me just bring it onto the screen. So those who want to write it can write this as well.
Oh, you mean to say the hardworking Muhammad is the subject and is in the masjid is the predicate, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, now I get it.
So Muhammadun al-Mujtahidu fil masjidi. So Muhammadun al-Mujtahidu fil masjidi. Oh, I missed the sorry. I've missed the meme on the masjid, okay? Masjidi, okay. Muhammadun al-Mujtahidu fil masjidi. So all of this together will be treated as the subject, and fil khabari, as you know, fi is what? A preposition. This is a preposition, and this will be treated as the predicate. This will be treated as the
Khabar.
predicate. Predicate meaning the second part of a sentence when it starts with a noun. Okay? So the translation, the hardworking Muhammad is in the masjid. Right, let me go back and let's finish this basic understanding, and then inshallah we will delve into Surah Al-Hamd. Now, continue, Sister Zahra.
So Mubtada is always marfu, always definite, and always precedes khabar. And then khabar can take any case ending.
Okay, so what does it? So let's explain. Always definite. Okay, Mubtada is always definite, meaning that with alif lam, proper nouns of individuals, and the other things, inshallah, and always precedes the khabar, meaning that it always comes. The normal position of all the mubtada, the subject, it should come in the beginning of a sentence. There are some exceptions when the subject comes after the predicate. Inshallah, we'll do that later, but this is the basic ruling. Now, when we move on to the khabar, the predicate, the information which has been provided about the subject can take any case ending. Okay, what did we say? The mubtada is always? What did we say about the mubtada? It's always with a dhamma, okay? But the khabar itself, it can come with any of the three harakat of a noun. What are the three harakat of a noun?
Marfu, majroor, and mansub.
Exactly, marfu, mansub, and majroor. So this is something which you need to remember. Sometimes the khabar will marfu, sometimes majroor, sometimes mansub. And this is, again, this one here. Always
indefinite.
Always indefinite. Meaning that always the khabar itself will come without alif lam. The khabar always comes without alif lam. If it comes with alif lam, it will not be khabar, but it will be an adjective for the
subject. Mubtada.
Subject. Exactly, for the mubtada. And finally, point number 3.
Always follows
the mubtada.
The mubtada to complete the sentence.
Exactly, exactly. So always the actual mubtada comes after, the khabar comes always after the mubtada to complete the sentence. They're brothers and sisters. Without them, you can't complete the sentence itself. Right, this is so far the basic. And this note here, this is a very, very important note. This should be written with a golden pen or a red pen. Note, Bismillah.
Mubtada and khabar must match in gender, i.e. masculine or feminine, and number, singular, dual, or plural.
Okay, who's going to give me an example? I'm going to ask someone to come on the screen to give me an example. Sister Nasreen, Fatima, would you be able to give me an example of an example? For example, are you there, Sister Nasreen? Would you like to come on? Or anyone else who feels comfortable to come in on the mic and try to give me some examples of the mubtada and khabar, meaning that the subject and the khabar always have to be in the same gender. For example, if I said Muhammadun alimatun, Muhammadun alimatun, Muhammad is a female learned scholar.
Wrong, yeah.
Alimun.
Or exactly, exactly, it's wrong.
We have to use fateh, kasra.
So we have to say Muhammadun alimun, because Muhammad is singular. And
no, kasra is fatah. Sorry, sir. Dhamma, right? Dhamma.
Yeah, it should be dham with a dhamma tanween. Muhammadun alimun, without the tie marbuta. Having a tie marbuta at the end is a sign of a feminine noun. Because Muhammad is a male name, so we have to say alimun. Another example. If I said, for example, Khatijatu alimun. Khatijatu alimun. Khatija is a male scholar.
It would be alimatun.
Exactly.
Alimatun. Yeah, alimatun.
Correct. Now the word. Now the next example. Now it says masculine and or feminine. If I say now, al-Muslimuna mujtahidun. Al-Muslimuna mujtahidun. The group of Muslims are
Mujtahidun.
Mujtahidun.
Hardworking.
Exactly.
Hardworking.
Mujtahidun is singular. So
yeah.
we need to add waw noon. Al-Muslimuna mujtahiduna. Muslims are hardworking individuals. So waw noon has to be added. Another example.
Sir, one question. The Muslims we put or just Muslims?
Because you would need to add alif lam to make it this mubtada. Al-Muslimuna.
Al-Muslimuna.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can say Muslims are hardworking or the Muslims are hardworking.
The Muslims are hardworking.
Okay. Yeah, Muslims are hardworking.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Next example, al-Muslimatu. Al-Muslimatu. So al-Muslimatu is now plural feminine for female ladies. The female Muslim ladies, if I said mujtahidun.
Hardworking.
No. Mujtahidatun.
Excellent. So mujtahidun is singular masculine, but as al-Muslimatu is plural feminine. So the khabar has to be plural feminine as well. We have to say al-Muslimatu mujtahidatun. Alif and flat.
Muslimatun.
Al-Muslimatu mujtahidatun.
Or the example you just shared, at-talibatu waqifatun.
Yeah, exactly. At-talibatu al-waqifatu. No, that's wrong.
No, at-talibatu waqifatun.
Yeah, without alif lam. Yeah, at-talibatu waqifatun. Correct. You mean lessons are. What was the difference? What was the wrong with the sentence you wrote? So I consider which one. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Is this clear for Dr. Rahim? Is this clear for you?
Alhamdulillah, it's fine. Thank you. Thanks.
This is a very important concept. If everyone grasps it and memorizes it, many of the mistakes which people make when they're trying to speak Arabic language or when they're writing sentences, it just removes all the basic grammatical mistakes which are happening in the sentence itself. Right. If this is clear, now let me go back to Surah Al-Hamd and see how much we can cover today, inshallah. Right. Now, in this sentence, let me use some of the students to come on the mic. Sister Zahra, I'm gonna ask you to come on the mic because you can help me today with the class. Bismillah.
Yeah, sure.
Now, over here now, Alhamdu. Now, Alhamdu here is coming in the beginning of Surah Alhamd in the second verse of the Quran. Alhamdu now is coming Alif Lam and is also ending with Dhamma. So it's called Ismi Marfu, nominative case, masculine noun. So this will be treated as
The subject.
the
Mubtada.
Mubtada. Correct. And then we need to look for, once we found the subject, now we need to find the khabar.
Yes.
Correct? Now then it says Alhamdu, who for?
Lillahi.
Lillahi. Now li in the Arabic language is a preposition, which means the word is Allah, and it becomes, the alif is dropped and becomes lillahi. So lillahi is jar
For
and
Allah.
yeah, it is as it says in Arabic, because it's a
For
preposition.
Allah.
For Allah, yeah, for Allah, correct. Now this is getting a kasra because of li itself, lillahi. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next thing now. Once we have done this, now someone may ask a question, all praise be to Allah. Who is this Allah? Who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Now what's happening now? Can you see Rabbi?
Yes.
Yes.
Originally, if you wanted to say, if the word Rabbi is getting a kasra now, now the original harakat of Rabbi, it should be Rabbu.
Yes.
Okay, it should be Rabbul Alameen. It should have been originally Rabbul Alameen. Rabbul Alameen, meaning the Rabb means the word Rabb, it comes the meaning of someone, it says the Lord, but the better word for Lord, it should be nurturing. One who nurtures. Rabba Rabbi, it comes word from the root word is tarbiyat. Tarbiyat meaning the one who is nurturing and providing sustenance. That's what the word Rububiyat means. The one who is giving. So here, Rabbul Alameen, Alam and Alameen. So Alameen is universes. Alameen is universes, okay? And the relationship of Rabb and Alameen is what? Lord of the universes. And remember, and we spoke about that whenever in a translation you find the word of, it will be treated as mudaf ilay, meaning the Lord or the nurturer of who? Of what? The universes. So this is mudaf ilay. We did this 3 lessons ago. So Rabbul Alameen is becoming Rabbi. Now, why is it Rabbi?
It is because sifa of Allah.
Yes,
Allah.
exactly. So what's happening, as we have spoken before, that whenever an adjective comes, it follows the previous noun, lillahi, for Allah. Who is this Allah? It follows the harakat as well. So Rabbi is following the same harakat of Allahi. So Rabbi it's mudaf, and Alamin is mudaf ilay, but the harakat of Rabbi, it is getting a kasra because it's coming as an adjective for Allah. Who Allah? Originally it should be Rabbu, but from Rabbu is become Rabbi because it is the adjective for Allah. Allah is getting a kasra, so therefore the adjective also gets a kasra. So it's from Rabbu, it becomes Rabbil Alameen. This is the first adjective for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in after lillahi. So Sayyida, you're following this so far?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, brilliant. And then we want to bring another adjective. We want to even further elaborate for our listeners, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is this? Who is Allah? Because this is, and now, inshallah, next session, I will talk about the names. Does anyone know how many names Surah Al-Hamd has? Does anyone know?
Names of Allah?
No.
Al-Hamd
How
and
many names
Fatiha.
Surah Al-Hamd?
Fatiha, Surah Al-Hamd and Surah Fatiha.
Okay, Surah Al-Hamd, Surah Fatiha. Okay, what else?
Kitab.
Opening, Surah opening.
Yes, we've done Fatiha. We've done that already. What else?
Masani.
Ahsanti. Sab'a Mathani meaning the 7 most often recited verses, correct? And another one?
Kitab.
Who said that, Sister Munira?
Yes.
Ahsanti. There's one more as well.
It was Nazil. It came twice. There's
Quran कहते हैं इसको
Quran भी कहते हैं. Yes, that's right. The mother of the book, and also Asasul Quran.
2 बार नाजिल हुआ है.
जी नहीं Asasul Quran से मुराद है कि this Ummul Quran and Asasul Quran is very similar. Asasul Quran means the foundation of the Quran, meaning that all of the tenets of Islam, the tenets and the principles of Islam are embedded in Surah Al-Hamd.
Oh, okay. Right.
So that's the reason it's called the foundation of the Quran, Asasul Quran. Okay.
All the rules and regulations, sir?
No. The concepts. The concepts.
Okay.
Yeah, the basic theology, aqaid, meaning the tawheed. Because all tawheed, adal, nabuwwat, imamat, and qiyamat, all are embedded in Surah Al-Hamd.
Bishop.
That's the reason why this is called Kitab Asasul Quran. That the belief of a Muslim is all embedded in Surah Al-Hamd itself. Okay.
Allahu Akbar.
So then we go, because inshallah we'll talk about this next session. When I start when I do a short brief tafsir of it, then you will understand. Then we have Ar-Rahmani. Alif Lam, sign of a adjective, as everyone knows. Sister Zahra, continue now. Why Ar-Rahmani?
It's the adjective for Allah.
Exactly. This is now the second adjective for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ar-Rahman, Alhamdulillahi, Rabbil Alameen. First, we say He is the nurturer of all of the universes. Now, this also refers to Surah Dahar. In Surah Dahar, it says, Inna hadayna hussabila imma. In Surah Dahar, it's Surah Insan. It says, Inna hadayna hussabila imma shakiran wa imma kafura. That surely we guide the path to the grateful ones and the ungrateful ones. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning, first of all, that I am the nurturer of everyone, the Muslim, the Jews, the Christians, the non-Muslims, the Hindus, everyone. I am the nurturer. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings other attributes of Himself, defining how His mercy is encompassing and who is receiving additional mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah says, Ar-Rahmani, I am the gracious,
the most gracious.
Yes, the most gracious. And then the third, this again, Ar-Rahimi. This is the third adjective for Lillahi. Who Lillahi? Ar-Rahim. Like Bismillah Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. So Ar-Rahim is now the third adjective that He is the merciful one. And this, and now ulama have said, I may have said this before, but it's good to remember this, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala within Surah Al-Hamd has mentioned the concepts that everything in the world is depending upon these two attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rahman, Allah is Rahman to all of His creation. Ar-Rahim is Rahman is ni'mah. So everything which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're called ni'mah. Ni'matun. Noon, ayn, mim, taima. Ni'matun. So there's in Arabic, and ulama have tried to describe and illustrate a picture of the mercy of Allah and saying there are two types of mercies. Ni'matul Amma, a universal mercy for everyone, which Ar-Rahman. And Ni'matul Khasa means a special mercy. This is for the believers, mu'mineen. That is Ar-Rahim. Rahman for all the universe, but Ar-Rahim for the believers itself. Okay, so these are two things, sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to allude in Surah Al-Hamd. Any questions so far? So these
have heard that the favorite names of Allah are Rahman and Rahim.
Correct. They are adjectives, or they are the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and even in the tafsir al-Mizan and other tafsir, they say that Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, the white around your eye pube, the whiteness around your eye and the black color of your eye, this is the closeness of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim being to Ismi A'zam itself. So this is what ulama have said, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. These are Rahman and Rahim. Inshallah, next session, I will talk about the other ayat in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about how the verses, how they illustrate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy, because it's important to understand these two attributes, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim in the Quran, for you to really appreciate when you recite Surah Al-Hamd in your daily prayers as well, inshallah. So I'll present that next session, inshallah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim in the other verses of the Quran, so you have a better picture of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So both of these are attributes, and Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, as you know, I've mentioned 786 times recite that, your hajat will be accepted, inshallah. And there are other amal which I'll mention next session. Let's continue. Then Maliki, sister Zahra, Bismillah. Maliki, again,
Maliki.
king,
Yawm
master.
al-Din.
Maliki is mudaf, Yomi is mudaf ilay, ad-Din. So Yawm al-Din is mudaf ilay, and Maliki is mudaf as well. So it should be Maliko. Malik means the owner, but Maliki is getting a kasra. Again, this is again, we have Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Maliki Yawmid, Iyyak Ar-Rahman Rahim, Maliki Yawm. This is again another adjective for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maliki Yawmiddin. So Malik.
It's a complex idafa?
Yes, that's double mudaf ilay, mudafa. Yes, it is correct. So this is also a Yawmuddin, day of reward, and Maliki is also mudaf to Yawm itself. So this is Maliki Yawmin, this is one mudaf ilay, then Yawmuddin is the second mudaf ilay. It's like it's three words, but they're two mudaf ilay together itself. So all of this together, Maliki Yawmiddin, is an adjective for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well.
Question is, how
Yes.
is this an adjective when Malik is not following the rules of adjective? They're like Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, then would it not be
The reason why Maliki, but you remember that is a very good question at the right time. So for me to explain, remember I spoke about there are two ways of making a proper noun. One is by alif lam, and the other way is making it mudaf ilay.
Okay. Got it.
There's no need to bring alif lam here, because Malik is mudaf to Yawm itself. He's the owner of a day. That's the reason why there's no need to bring alif lam.
Okay,
Same
great.
for Rabb. Same case for the Rabb before. Rabbil Alameen.
Yeah.
Rabb doesn't have an al because it's
Exactly.
mudaf.
Yeah. Okay. So it's good. These questions are good, so for you to understand. And then this is something which inshallah I will work on as well. Here, I'm going to mention this here, and then inshallah we will discuss this maybe in the following session after that. With this here, now please write this down. because these classes are a bit more intense than the Medina Arabic classes we do, because we are going for different verses, and in different verses like different grammatical concepts and constructions. That's the reason why these classes are a bit more advanced to some extent, advanced in the period in which we are covered so far, 6 lessons. So in this sentence here now, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. I'll send this across to you today so that you can practice this a bit or understand. This word here, you can write this down. Iyaka is a object. So objects are normally, you could write this, the objects are normally for verbs. Verbs have objects, okay? And this is the object for the verb na'budu. So the word in Arabic language, ain, ba, da, abada is the past tense. Na'budu is the present tense. So it means we are worshipping. And it says in Arabic, fi'l mudari. So this is for the first person, na'budu. Who are you worshipping?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You
Iyaka.
alone. Can you see this? You alone.
Yes, you alone.
So na'budu, who? You. So if you want to see, if you have a verb and you don't know where the object is, you just ask her who. You use the verb and make it as a question. Who are you worshipping? Ask the question. Or man na'budu, who we are worshipping? You. So this is the object. Iyaka is the object for the verb na'budu. The reason why we say iyaka na'budu rather than na'budu iyaka, it's to emphasize that all worship is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the reason why the sentence is iyaka na'budu, not na'budu iyaka. You alone we worship. It's emphasis.
Sheikh, I have one question for this one.
Yep.
So in general common language we could say na'buduka, we worship you.
Yes, you can.
But we are saying iyaka first. What does, for emphasis only, the iya is put?
Yes,
there?
so iyaka, whenever the maf'ul bihi, the object comes before the verb, is to emphasize the object itself, that this action, the object is the worshipping is only going to be done for you only itself, no other person itself.
So does iya has any meaning of its own, or it's just used with ka?
So the word e is coming in the meaning of which, and ka is coming as mudaf ilay. So the harakat of the fatha is indicating it's an object. So all objects, as you know, or some of you may not know, whenever there's an object of a verb, it will have a fatha, and that ya has a fatha, and that is alluding to that this is the object for the verb na'budu itself.
So altogether it's mudaf ilayh, iyaka.
Correct. So it's mudaf ilayh. So iyaka na'budu, and then wa meaning and, you alone, nasta'inu. So I'll send the verb conjugation, and then inshallah I will practice, not the next session, the following session, the verb conjugation of nasta'inu and ista'ana and abada for those who haven't done this as yet. Okay, so you alone we worship, and you alone we seek assistance from. So nasta'inu. Okay, nasta'inu. Now this here now is a complete sentence. These are sentences coming by themselves. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. And then we follow after that. This is now another sentence. And this is a command. So I will give you these verb conjugation. I'll give you the past tense, present tense. But at the moment, let's work on the actual ayat of the Quran. Ihdina. So this is 2 words together. The word ihdina, it's a command in the Arabic language, means guide us. The past tense, for those who know a little Arabic, hada yahdi. Hadaya yahdi. So Amr is ihdi, and as you know, everyone knows this. This is na is a pronoun, us. You guide us on the straight path. But also remember, the word guide us, it means that is faqat bihadate hain. Okay? If we say guide us, which majority of the people translate ke humko seedha rasta dikha dein, means ab gumrah hai, so you are astray already. This is incorrect. What the correct translation should be, it means that keep us on the straight path.
Makes more sense. Yes.
Okay? So keep us steadfast on the straight path. So guide us. That means you're not even on the straight path yet.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Very true.
So keep it here, the amr here, it means as keep us steadfast on the straight path itself. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. I mentioned earlier on that the ya has a fatah, and always in the Arabic language, always objects have fathahs itself. Now here, as-sirata is the object for the verb ihdi, and it has a fatah there. As-sirat, the path. Which path?
Straight
Mustaqim.
path.
Al-mustaqim. Al-mustaqim is the adjective for as-sirat.
Yes, sir.
So both of them together, sirat al-mustaqim is the object for the verb ihdina itself.
You get the word keep us in this ihdi guide us.
Yeah, so normally ihdi means guide us, correct. But when in Surah Al-Hamd, my teacher and ulama have said that do not translate it as guide us, but translate keep us on the straight path.
Yeah.
Keep us steadfast
Yes.
on the straight path,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
So Sheikh, the sentence before this, you said
Yeah.
that is Iyaka na'budu.
Yep.
So Iyaka is mudaf ilayh. That means it's a nominal sentence.
Correct. Then I'll send you a more detailed one. Those who are slightly advanced, I'll send you a more detailed discussion on the surah itself. Okay, and then as-sirat al-mustaqim. Okay, the straight path. Then we want to know further about the straight path. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then further mentions what is sirat al-mustaqim. Then can you see what is sirat? Now sirat is being repeated again. Now here, sirat here, it's coming as a
Badal.
Who said that? Yes, it's basically it's coming as an explanation or a further elaboration or explanation for clarification of what is sirat al-mustaqim. So it's a sirat, which path? The path alladhina, upon those, and alladhina is plural as well. So there are individuals who are amongst a group of it's not one individual, it's a group of individuals. Who are these group of individuals? An amta. This is a past tense verb. An amta alayhim. You favored upon them. You sent your ni'mat upon them. Who are these? The Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. An amta alayhim.
So Sheikh, why is the sirat taking a fatha at the end? Sirat al.
This is a sifat or a badal of sirat al-mustaqim. What sirat? Is following the same harakat here. That's
And
the reason.
allazina is mudaf ilayh of this sirata. Allazina.
No. Allazina is
No.
coming as this is coming as a connecting sentence and explaining what is this sirat. So this is not coming as mudaf ilayh, but it's coming as a sentence, attached sentence to sirat to explain what is this sirat.
It's kind of working like a wow.
Attachment it works like a clause. Alladhina always comes as a clause, meaning it attaches to things to clarify something what is coming previously. Okay. Let's get sila mawsul.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Silai Masul?
Yeah, we don't know.
Don't worry about that. This is for the further advanced students so that they understand. So alladhina and amta. Now this is really important. ulama and the Arab ulama have mentioned there are secrets. As I said to yourself in Surah Al-Hamd, there are secrets embedded in this. Even the actual wording, like as you know, the Quran is a miracle. Yes.
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 As you know, in the Quran we have sometimes letters like قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس. Sometimes the Quran has the rhyming and has the same letter ending of each surah, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And even the wording and the way the Quran is constructed is a miracle, correct?
Bishop.
Look at this itself.
Sir, I know this. I think so. Allah,
In
Nabi.
here, in an amta, the concept of imamat is embedded in this. As we, the followers of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, say that everything, Tawheed, the Nabuwat, Amamat, Nabuwat, Adal, and Qiyamat, and Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything is dependent upon imamat itself. And this concept is being embedded here. And even in Ahadith, it says, Alif here, this Alif here represents imamat.
Really?
Noon here represents Nabuwat, prophethood. Ain here represents Adal.
MashaAllah.
Mim here mentions Ma'ad. Ma'ad is Qiyamat. Ta itself is Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All and everything is independent upon imamat. Without the imams alayhi salam, neither we can reach Nabuwat, neither we can understand the adl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, neither we can understand the Qiyamat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which He has promised us, neither we can understand the Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who follow, those who do not follow the belief of an amta, they then go and will say, on the day of Thursday, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is not our belief, those are who are the Amma, they believe that Allah on the day of Thursday comes down from the 7 heavens to the lower heavens in the form of a body, and on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will sit on a throne, and hell will say, Hal min mazid.
I want more, yeah.
Allah will put His leg in the hellfire. And is there anything extra itself? We do not believe any type of this tawheed of anthropomorphism, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a body or such as well. We are completely free of this shirk of Allah having a body itself. We believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being adil. We do not believe ma'adallah that Yazid la'natullah can be sent to heaven itself. Those who believe Yazid will go to heaven, may Yazid and his followers go to the pits of hell where they deserve to be. Okay? This is the importance of imamat itself. Imamat is the key to understanding the nubuwwat of Rasulullah. Those who do not go to the door of Mawla Ali alayhi salam, they do not understand the maqam of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They do not understand the purpose, the day of judgment itself. They do not understand the maqam of Sayyidah Fatima Zahra salamullah on the day of judgment itself. Fatima Zahra salamullah, she is the lady in whose hand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's desire and wish has been given to her. Inna Allah yarda bi radai Fatima wa yaghbid bi ghadabiha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with whom Sayyidah is pleased, and in wrath with whom Sayyidah Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha. She is the criteria between haq and batil. She is the criteria between haq and batil. Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha is that great personality who will be the first person to enter Jannat on the day of judgment with the Ahlul Bayt al-Muslim and the Shias itself. Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha, on the day of judgment, Allah, she will say on the door of judgment, Ya Allah, show the people on the day of today what is my maqam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O Fatima, whoever has love for you, take them to heaven. And whoever has given and nurtured and who has either given food who either has clothed people in the love of Sayyidah Fatima Zahra, take them to hell, heaven with yourself itself. This is the maqam of Sayyidah Fatima Zahra. No prophet will be able to do any intercession without the authorization and permission of Sayyidah Fatima Zahra Salamul Alayha.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Fatima Zahra Salamul Alayha, she will be the actual criteria of measuring who is successful and who will be in the pits of hell. Inshallah.
Sir, can I add one little thing that I heard long time when I was a small child? On Amta. At that time, when Maulana said that Alif stands for Allah, Noon stands for Nabi, Ain is for Ali, Mim is for mother of Hassan Hussein, alayhi salam. Ta is those two dots are Hassan and Hussein, alayhi salam. When I was a small child, Maulana explained that. I don't know. So,
okay, I haven't come across that one, but probably Maulana had. But this one here, I've actually heard from ulama, from what I have mentioned. Alif for imamat, Noon for
yes. No, you are right. You are right. I'm not saying that.
Mim for ma'ad, Ta for tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
But Allah has put imamat everywhere. These are signs we have to find out.
Exactly.
And look for them, right? That's what I mean.
Absolutely. Quran is a secret. And to understand the secret of the Quran, there are the wordings of the Quran and how things, and even the word an'amta itself, the word, there's a whole concept of ni'mah in the Quran as well. That al-yawma akmaltu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu. So akmaltu atmamtu. That's kamal and perfection. So the ni'mat of the wilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, it's the complete perfection of all of the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so inshallah, this will be sufficient for today, as we have exceeded our time. And inshallah,
tomorrow it will be the same time. The one for book 4, book 5.
Tomorrow. So tomorrow, yes, Doctor, we'll have tomorrow the same time, inshallah, 6 o'clock.
Same time.
Sir, will there be a recording for this one too for myself?
Yes,
like to
I'll
go
send the
over
recording
it.
shortly.
Jazakallah. Yeah, I'm trying to go
There'll be
over
a
all
class
of them
tomorrow as well.
Yes, I'll give you class tomorrow, Sister Zahra.
Okay.
Timing same?
So this is for the advanced group. Any other questions in regards to today? Does anyone have any questions?
MRE.
Okay, no problem. Okay, it's Masuda. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli.
Thank you,
May Allah increase your knowledge, sir.